Hi everyone, welcome to our Messy Church craft. So Sophie, what are we going to be doing today in our craft?
So Mim, our theme this week is to look at all the things that God has created and how much He delights and He loves the world that He has created. So that's what we're going to do in our craft today. We're going to think about what God has created and how we can look after it.
Ooh, and how are we going to do that?
Well, there are lots and lots of bugs and insects that don't necessarily have homes, from where things are cut down, where trees fall down, from where their habitats are sometimes disturbed. So I thought maybe we could help them out and we could give them somewhere to live, somewhere that's safe, somewhere where they can hide and they can, they've got somewhere to stay and to live.
Well, that's brilliant, because even though sometimes we don't like insects and they're a bit creepy crawly, they're actually really important to our world, aren't they?
They are. Like bees and butterflies, we need them to help us, to give us the food that we eat, to travel around the world, to disperse the flowers. All of the insects, even if we might not like them, even spiders and wasps, have a purpose. And God created them. So we need to look after them, just like we look after us.
So how do we make a bug hotel, Sophie? I can see we've got loads of different things in front of us here.
We have got lots of sticks and twigs. We've got lots of leaves as well. This one's a really big leaf. We've got some stones as well. All you need is a pot. Oh, mine's flying away. Is a pot. So we have some plant pots that I found in my garden. As you can see, I've got lots behind me. Or you could use a water bottle if you've had like a bottle of lemonade or Coke. You could use the inside of that. You could use a shoebox. You could use any little container or a big container that you can fill with sticks and stones and leaves. It doesn't matter what it is, just anything that you can put them in.
That sounds really good.
So, we have got our containers. They're ready. And then what we need to do is to just start filling it up, Mim. That's all we need to do. We need to fill it up. We need to put our twigs in, so you might want to put a few small ones in.
I think I'm going to go for this big one here.
Yeah, that looks like a good twig. I'm going to use some of these ones. This one's a bit long. I might need to break this one in half.
Oh yes, I've got a long one as well.
And this morning, I went for a little walk on my own, and I found these twigs and these leaves out near my house. So you don't need to go very far if you've not got anything in your garden or anything that you can use at home. You can go for a walk, maybe into the park, maybe just around your local area, and find your twigs and leaves there and stones. Oh, this twig doesn't want to break. There we go. This one's broken in half.
So what do we do with the rocks and the leaves then, Sophie?
So we're going to put our sticks in, and then we're just going to fill up around it. It doesn't matter which order we do it in. So we've started with sticks first, and then we can put some rocks in. So I might get some of these and put them right in the bottom, because I've got quite a bit to fill up in here. I'm just going to put some leaves in mine as well. And a few more.
And what do these leaves and rocks help the bugs do? Does it make a safe space for them?
Yeah, it gives them somewhere to safe. I'd forgotten how to use my words.
Ah.
It gives them somewhere safe to go, to hide. It gives them somewhere where they can just chill out. And it's a bit like we have our homes that we can stay in, and sometimes insects lose theirs. So it means we get to give them a home, just like we have one, somewhere to stay. They might move from different hotels, little bug hotels.
Maybe they'll come and live in mine.
Maybe. Let's put one in my garden. We put one in your garden and see whether they move to them. I've got a bit of a coconut husk here, which was just in my garden. I don't think I can break this up though, so I might try and put this in mine. Put some more leaves
nice green leaf. I think it's nice to have a mixture of green leaves and brown leaves.
Yeah, I think mine are mostly just brown, to be honest.
And does it matter whether you stand it upright or you lay it down? What's the best way?
Well, when we put it down for the insects, we will put it laying down. But sometimes it's a bit easier to make it standing up, because then it doesn't all fall out. And that's what you want to do. You want to fill it so much that nothing will fall out of it.
Ah.
Because you don't want all of the sticks and the rocks to fall out.
I'm having lots of fun breaking up my leaf here.
That does look fun. I think I need a few more rocks in behind. This coconut is coming out. It's a bit too big.
Ah.
Doesn't really fit. And I don't normally have coconut in my garden.
Ooh, mine stays in quite well.
Mine is staying in, but I think I could do with a few more rocks. So I think I might add myself in a few more in a little bit. I'm going to see how it goes first.
It's mine.
That's a little bit more of a stick in.
It's like a lovely
Yours is
hotel.
very green. Mine is very full of sticks and browner leaves. And it doesn't matter what leaves you have. You can have leaves of different sizes. So we've got a really big one here and a really small one here. And an even smaller one on this
That's
twig.
a tiny leaf.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of leaves they are. Just any leaves that you can find. Any twigs that you can find. Any rocks that you can find. And this is just one way that we can use to look after the planet that God has given us, to look after our world.
Now, what other ways are there?
You could help more insects, so you could plant little seed balls. All you need is some seeds that are fairly cheap to pick up. Make them into a big ball of mud.
Ooh.
So you get a big ball of mud, get some mud, get some water, make it a big, nice ball, let it dry out, and then you can drop it and plant it, and the seeds will hopefully grow somewhere.
Well, that sounds quite messy, but quite fun as well.
Yeah, I thought maybe we can do that another time at Messy Church, one of our crafts, because I think that would be a really fun craft to do.
Brilliant. Is there anything else we can do to help our world and show that we love it?
I don't know. What do you think we could do, Mim?
I think things like making sure that we don't litter, so we don't leave our rubbish lying around, and maybe if we're safe and use the right things, we could clear up some places. So maybe if you can see some litter in the park, if it's safe to do so, maybe you can pick it up and put it in the bin, but make sure you're with an adult, and maybe wearing gloves is a good idea. Don't to pick up anything nasty.
Yeah. So there are lots of things that we can do that are practical. Another thing, though, that we can do is to just remember that God has created all of this, and thank God for that, and look after it, as well as looking after ourselves, because we are part of it, which we will talk about next month. But there are lots of little things that we can do to look after the planet that we have been given, and to look after the animals, no matter how big or how small, in our universe.
Lovely.